Hi, you guys. Welcome back. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of entering into the void, which is kind of like the space between your thoughts. So stay tuned. Pure consciousness is your real self. Pure consciousness is where you can experience your real self. We are existing in our egos, which are a part of who we are, but the ego is nothing but thought forms that we have constructed. Okay, so your ego is based on specific thought forms or your beliefs that you have in this particular lifetime. So as we live in our ego during our lifetime, we are seeing a very unique perspective based on what we've built around in our consciousness, basically how we've developed our ego in our lives creates this, it creates a very unique experience for us to perceive the universe. I do believe in reincarnation. And so I do believe that in between lifetimes, we enter into this void, into this dark stillness, where we, as our true pure consciousness, can then assimilate what we had experienced in our life. And when we are ready again, then we can reincarnate into a whole nother being, physical being, who can then construct a whole different ego in order to view the world and the universe from a whole new perspective once again. So in my video, you might remember, it was in my recent video titled, What You Consume Consumes You. I read to you the very beginning of the book, Dead Eye Dick by Kurt Vonnegut. And in that video, I told you the reason I love the beginning of that book is the way that he explains our consciousness and how the consciousness is created. And so anyway, it basically describes that you are just a wisp of undifferentiated nothingness until your peephole opens up and all this light and sound starts flowing in, and all of the people in your lives begin to tell you the story that you are then to subscribe to in your lifetime. So as we live our lives in this physical world, we are constantly bombarded with information throughout our entire lives. And we are supposed to discern what parts of these pieces of information we want to keep and make a part of ourselves, and what parts of that information that we would like to discard as an untruth or something that we do not believe in. Okay, so now add on top of what we're hearing from the world around us, from the people outside of us, the average human has approximately 50,000 thoughts each and every day. And those thoughts are usually repetitive and simply taking up space in your consciousness each and every day, moment by moment. Because we have so many thoughts each and every day and so much information coming at us all the time, it is growing more and more important for each person to learn to enter the silence each and every day. That way you can consciously begin to experience your pure consciousness and begin to have even better discernment and understand what things that you believe in and why. And it's just also important to give yourself that time and space within the silence, because it is within the void, the darkness, and the silence. That is where the manifestation in your life can take place, because that is where you have released your ego, your lower self, and you've become one with your higher self or God's will, because you are no longer listening to that constant, thought process that goes on in your mind each and every day. So if you do not meditate yet, I do suggest learning or beginning to practice meditation so that you can begin to train your mind to slow down and enter into that place of peace and calmness. In the fall of 2019, I actually had a QHHT session, which stands for Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. And it is a technique that was developed by Dolores Cannon, where you actually are put into this trance-like somnambulistic state. And while you're within the somnambulistic state, the QHHT practitioner will then guide you to travel within your mind into deeper and deeper levels, and to also visit some of your past lives that you might have to learn something about yourself from. And you can also ask your highest self some questions during the session. So it was actually a really cool experience. I told you guys all about it in my video called My Starseed Story. So I'll be sure to link that one up above. I also talk about it a little bit in my follow-up video to that one. It's called My Starseed Story Part 2, more on the moles, because I actually talked about some of the moles, which I had a question about during my QHHT session. But anyway, during that QHHT session, another thing happened that I have not told you guys about yet. While I was in the somnambulistic state of consciousness, I continued to bring my consciousness back to this dark, vast space within my mind.
What do you say?
Now it's more like just empty space.
Okay. Are you on the ground or are you above the ground? Where are you at in relationship to this space?
I am the space.
That's interesting. Look down at yourself and see if you have a body. Do you see feet?
No.
No. Do you have a body?
No.
No. How can you describe yourself? What are you?
Nothingness.
You must have consciousness if you know that you are there. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's explore this a little bit more. Where are you at? Where is your consciousness at?
In between.
What would you be in between of?
The physical and the non-physical.
Ah, okay. So physical would be like what's on earth and material things.
Mm-hmm.
Where would the non-physical be?
Deep within mind.
tell you what, let's try to get a little bit of idea of what you're doing there. So let's back up a little bit, all right? I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and we're going to move you backwards to see where that takes you, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I count from 1 to 3, from 3 to 1, I'm sorry, I'm going to touch your forehead, and then you'll be there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So get ready to move. 3, 2, 1, and you're there. Where are you? What do you see? What do you perceive?
I'm still in the same space.
Same space. All right. Maybe we should go forward. You want to try that? See if we go to another place? Okay. I'm going to count again from 3 to 1.
I'm still in the place that doesn't have physicalness.
Okay.
It's energy and light.
Okay. Do you see other energy and light around you that is not you, but another being?
No.
So it's just you?
Yes.
Are you comfortable there by yourself, or is it rather lonely?
Comfortable.
Okay. Tell me what it feels like.
Feels like knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that when you come in to life, that you're just receiving yourself.
That's very interesting. Now, when you say coming into life, are you talking about coming into a body, or do you just mean coming into the knowing of life?
Coming into a body. When you incarnate in a physical body, you incarnate in a physical body to receive reflections of yourself from others who you think are others, but really they're you.
Okay, that's an interesting thought. So right now, you're not in a physical body.
No.
You're in the energy light part.
Yes.
All right.
It's dark though.
It's dark now?
There's light that moves because you're energy, but it's mostly just nothingness.
Mm-hmm. But you're something, aren't you?
I'm just energy. I just am.
Yeah.
I am. In general, I really enjoyed this place that was void of anything. So I'll just call it the void. There was nothing but complete peace and calm and stillness. It's because as you enter into that place of complete calm stillness, that is where you can experience absolute joy. That is where you can completely recharge your batteries. And that is where you can understand your pure consciousness. Well, I did not want to leave you guys without showing you exactly what it feels like to enter into the space between your thoughts, which could represent that void or that black darkness that I was speaking of. It is utter and complete silence. It is the gap, the space between our thoughts. So now I'm going to share with you from an 8 CD set that I have by Wayne W. Dyer. It is called It Is Never Crowded Along the Extra Mile, 10 Secrets for Success and Inner Peace. So let's do this meditation together now. This is very quick, and I'll also put a timestamp for the meditation down below in case you have to come revisit this part of the video when you have a moment to sit in silence.
So if you will just close your eyes and put your attention on the word our, O-U-R, our. Now put your attention on the word Father. Father. And now slip back into the space between those two words right now. And stay as long as you can with your thought on nothing more than the space between. Now I'd like you to shift your attention to the word Father. See the word Father. And now shift to the word which. And now slip back into the gap between those two words and just notice the gap. And now move to your attention to the word which. W-H-I-C-H. And now to the word art. A-R-T. And now quickly back into the gap and notice the feeling now. And now go to the word art. See the word. And now go to the word in. And now slip back into the gap for 15 seconds. Now. Now see the word in your consciousness. And now get a picture of the word heaven. And now quickly back to the gap between them, between in and heaven. Go into there now. Now go to the word heaven. And now see the word hallowed. Hallowed. And now when you go into the gap this time, notice how you feel while you're in the gap. And any thought that comes to you other than the thought of the gap, push it out. Thank it for being there and dismiss it. Heaven, hallowed, into the gap. Now go to the word hallowed. And now to the word be, B-E. And now into the gap and dismiss any thoughts other than just the gap, the space. Hallowed, be, the gap. And now go to the word be, B-E. See a picture of that word. And now shift forward to the word thy. Be and thy. Now quickly back into the gap. And notice how you feel. And now go to the word thy. And go forward to the word name. And now back into the gap when I say so. And only experience the gap. Let go of all thoughts as being important or yours. And just be in the gap between thy and name now. stay in that space. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And what is thy name? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the name was God. Together, everyone. God. Again. God. Again. Again. Now as you say God, let your arms just go out to their sides and rise as they will. God. Notice they're like feathers. So that is a way of just experiencing in a very brief way a means for understanding what the gap is like. It is the silence between the notes that makes the music. It's the space between your thoughts that creates everything. And out of the void, we create the peace that is known as God.
Okay, you guys, I'm really excited to find out, were you able to enter the space between your thoughts with Wayne Dyer's help? Let me know what you think and what you felt down in the comment section down below. And I really hope that that helped you. Again, I'll be putting the timestamp for the meditation in my description box of this video, so you can come back and revisit that meditation with yourself or even with your friends anytime. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to give me a big old like. And of course, if you are a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I am inviting you now to please click subscribe right under this video. And once you have subscribed, you can then click the bell to be notified each and every time that I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.